Hello. Today, I am talking about the 1925, I think, movie Battleship, and I'm going to be focusing on the way Kino-Eye, or the montage, is used in this film. And I'm going to be referencing only one, well, showing you one image, to explain the themes of the film and explain how it was used in this format. And the image I'm using is an image of the meat covered in maggots. And this might seem really disgusting, and it is, but this ties into the whole movie and with the theme of unity. Um, At the first sequence of the film, it is implied that there is obviously a divide with I think, well, between the leaders of the ship and the crewmates. Um, they're not treated well, and as they build in the meat they're given to eat, they're not given good food, so they unite over mostly, originally over the meat. Um, and there's a montage of them working together to riot, essentially. Um, and the meat is included in this to remind us that this is the original reason they are doing all this. And later on in the movie, actually, I think near the end of the movie, there's a quick flash to the meat again, implying that this all began with um, the unity over this meat. Um, And then there are multiple montages or Kino-Eyes throughout the film that are technically tied into this meat, um, because of the unity they show. Um, it's really convoluted. But throughout the film, there are these scenes where after the body is discovered saying, um, died because of a plate of soup, or killed because of a plate of soup, um, there are riots from people on land, and the people on land unite throughout a montage. There's a montage of people walking up to the boat. There's a montage of people mourning the loss of this person, the leader, um, of this situation, and it all ties back to the meat. Meat being the basically the causing factor in all of this. If the meat wasn't as bad as it was, maybe they wouldn't have revolted so heavily. Maybe they would have waited longer. Maybe they wouldn't have gone to this extreme. But because of the meat, they did. Um, and then throughout the rest of the film, we see people on the land. Um, we see montages of them fighting back or yelling in the streets. And then in the opposite of that, we see like a montage comparing people yelling in the streets, people crying over the loss of people who have died so far because of these riots. Um, and then continuing on, um, there are more montages of like the devastation that's happening. And then in the end, there's a montage of people on the boat and people on the land who are on the other boat uniting. And it's like a montage of them freaking out, like, oh my gosh, are we gonna Zoa boys? And then, no, they're our friends. And they all celebrate with a montage. Was also before there's a montage of them preparing to set off the cannons, and they realize they're friendly. This whole movie is filled with so many montages, and essentially, if you boil it all down, they all happen because of the maggot-infested meat. Um, and yeah, just okay. So to essentially boil it down, just like a quick recap, um, this whole movie is filled with Kino-Eye shots or montages, and they almost all tie back to the meat, either indirectly, with all the montages happening, or directly with the one montage, which I'm sorry, I can't remember what time stamp it is, where they just put a picture of the meat as one of them to unite the whole film as a whole. Um, and this whole theme of the movie is unity, and it starts here at gross meat that I know would look so much worse if the movie was in color. So yes, thank you for watching.